Hello, all my friends. How are you today? We are in a fun event. It's like Answer the Phone like Buddy the Elf. So if you don't know who Buddy the Elf is, if you've never seen that movie, you should. It's a lot of fun. So this is going to be a lot of fun today, and we've already had some people on. So I'm Christy here at My Artful Adventures, and while we are just setting up, I am going to go ahead and do a tiny bit of housekeeping. I'll try to keep visiting with you for just a minute, though. I don't want to just ignore you. So how are you doing? Are you getting ready for the holidays? So this event is all about elves. So, Christmas elves. And, what a lot of fun. What a fun theme to have for the day. And so this is we're streaming into Love Quality Crafts and Designs. And it's being hosted today by Kathy from Quality Crafts by Kathy. So, hey, there she is. She's got me in. So we are good to go. And it's just another moment until it's time for my start time, my official start time. Hey, Carol, how are you doing? You guys, Kathy, this is just such a fun event that you have put for us today. I appreciate that. It's always fun when we have a kind of a unique theme. And so many of our groups are just so great about doing fabulous themes for us, right? And it's just so much fun. I love it. I love doing things like that. Let me put myself over here in my own group. So you like to share yourself in your own places, right? So, like I said, I'm Christy from My Artful Adventures. That's my page name, and I do mostly paper crafting on my page. Although, from time to time, I do a little bit of fun painting. All the fun things. I like to do so many other things, but here on my Facebook page, I try to kind of, narrow that focus in a little bit. And let's see. You guys, we are going to make some cute little elf booties tonight. Or it's not even night. It's going to be little elf booties and stockings, and they're going to be something that you can use for for like little treat holders. Or you could just put them somewhere. You could just put them on your, as a little decoration somewhere. They're not big. They're not super big, but they're just the right size to be able to use for something like that, right? And who needs to have, you don't want something huge if you're trying to, fill it with some treats, right? But, a little something is always wonderful. And so that's why I like to make little treat holders. You could also use it if you were going to use it for like a little place card, like a table. If you wanted to do that, that would be fun too. Just all the things you could use something cute for, right? I've got on my elf green today. It's not exactly my best color, but there you have it. You got to go with it, right? We got to kind of stay in the theme. So I am going to put you down here to the desktop, and we are going to get started. Hi, Susie. Susie is joining us from over on YouTube, and most of the time when I am live, I go ahead and I stream to both YouTube and Facebook. And so I always let them know over there because otherwise it would be kind of confusing, right? Because not everybody is doing their lives there. So it's kind of hard for them to jump from one person to the next. But if you are watching on Facebook, I do highly recommend that anytime we're in a group that you go to the group and watch. There's a link in this description if you want to jump off and go, join the group and watch over there, because it makes it so easy, because all you have to do is refresh your browser between people. You guys, I got to turn my phone off, so hang on one second here. I guess I forgot to send my thing from my own page that I was going to be live. I'm just human. I'm not an elf. I don't have that elf magic, evidently. Oh my goodness. Well, it is what it is, right, people? Okay, so I'm going to grab my paper trimmer here. I'm going to put us down to the desktop view. There we go. You should still be able to see me. This is kind of bright though, man. That's a terrible reflection today. And we are going to get started. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to make little green booty things and red socks with white stripes. You guys think that sounds like a good color for little elf booties and stockings? I think that'll work. I think I can live with that. So first we're going to make our little stockings. So I'm just going to cut my red paper. And so one thing is you want to make sure that you're cutting it the way, especially for this project, so it's going to bend the easiest. And paper, like fabric, has a grain, and it will, thanks Susie, it will bend better one way than the other. And so sometimes if you're really making, if it's important for it to bend easy, you really want to make sure that you know which way it is. And I can tell that I really need to bend it this way. And so I'm going to cut a piece that is 6 3/4 inches this way and only 4 inches tall. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut my 4-inch sizes so I don't forget which way I need to cut the other way. So I'm going to cut 4 inches. So these are going to be our stockings. But I tell you what, it can really make a big difference, you guys. So, and then 6 3/4. Let me pull my little arm out here. Celebrations is here. Sue's here. Row 12 Creations. We got all of our peeps coming in. Who else came that I didn't notice yet? There's Sissa. She's already been on. Lisa Mary. Hey, how are you? And Row 12 Creations is Jamie. And Tanya's here. She was up just before me. There's Angela. You guys, and by the way, if you ever see anybody on and it says follow, be sure and give them a quick follow. Go and check them out. And you might just find some of your next favorite creators. It just never hurts. It doesn't cost you a single cent. All right, so there we go. These are going to be our stocking pieces, okay? And so then, now we're going to cut some stripes. And our stripes are going to be the 6 3/4 inches as well. And they are going to be, I'm going to make them 3/8 of an inch. I'm not going to go a full 1/2 inch because you can, but I like my stripes a little bit smaller. So I'm going to make them 3/8 of an inch. If you go much smaller than that, it kind of is harder to deal with them, you guys. So I probably wouldn't do any more than that. And I think I'm going to do 3. I might have to cut another piece, but we're going to make these 6 3/4 as well. So we're just going to give them a little chop. Oh, I bet I'm going to have to do 3 of those. Yeah, that's not going to work. I should have done that already. What are you guys doing, by the way? Are you about ready for your holidays? You guys, I so meant to have my Christmas tree up. And then after my live yesterday, I thought, okay, I'm going to be able to do it today. And as soon as I got off my live, my husband wasn't working, and he goes, I need to go to Costco. Do you want to go? And I thought, should he go to Costco alone? Should anyone go to Costco alone, right? So I said, yeah, I'll go. And I go, can we have lunch? So I was on at this same time yesterday, and I thought, yeah, my breakfast had worn off. And so I'm like, yeah, I would like to stop and get something. So we went and had lunch, and so after that, then we went to Costco, and it seems like we did something else. And by the time we were done, I'm like, I'm done. I don't really want. By then, when we got home, then the girls were home. So my one daughter is, she works at the same school that her daughter is in. So it's over at the high school, and so they were both home by then. And a lot of times they come home and take a nap. I don't blame them. They got to be out of here by 7 in the morning, and we're not all morning people around here. Okay, so there we go. We've got that. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to just space these down. And let's see, we're going to just leave a little bit of space at the top. Let me get my glue right here. Hey, Christine, how are you? Hi, Jeannie. And Jackie's here. Let's see, who else has popped in? Sue says she's out running errands. I got errands to do too. I've just gotten where I just feel like I don't go anywhere. We did go to my husband's work Christmas party the other night. Oh my gosh, that was so hilarious. They said, you know, dress to impress. And my husband goes, well, I'll just be wearing dark colored jeans. I go, yeah, I'm not dressing. My idea of dress to impress anymore is not too impressive. And so I figured probably all we were going to do was just go and eat. And you guys, it was so funny because, oh, you guys, I didn't do enough of these. I made 2 stockings, but I only made stripes for one. We'll do the other in a second. You could make, these would be cuter. You know, I think the little thin stripes would be cute too. This looks like my little, let's see, I wonder if these should be, okay, it says, okay, I have my own directions here, you guys. And we don't want to go any, oh, well, I got a grid mat here. I don't need to do that. We don't want to go any lower than 2 inches. So you know what's a great way if you've got something that you're trying to place evenly? If you've got like 3 or 5, works like this too. We're going to put on the outside edges first, and then it's easier to get the other one centered. But we decided we were probably only going to go and just have dinner. But last year, everybody was talking about what a fabulous, you know, party it was. And we're like, well, we can't miss this one. The one we'd been to before was at Main Event, which is basically, if you don't know, if you know what Dave and Buster's is, it's kind of like that. But it's basically, you know, kind of an adult arcade with food and stuff. And that was where they had it the year we went. I guess it was a couple years ago. So we're just like, well, man, if it's that fabulous, we should go. So we went ahead and went, and I laughed by the time they got the food uncovered and had everybody go through the buffet line. I told my husband, I go, this is the first time I've ever seen anything where you were supposed to dress to impress, and what they served was pasta. It was and they had Waldorf salad. It looked like they had spent their budget on decorating, prizes, and it looked like all the desserts were from Cheesecake Factory. So, you know, that wasn't cheap, you guys. So I do applaud them on their choice of dessert selections that they made for everybody, right? You can't go wrong with that. Okay, let's cut 3 more of these, you guys. I completely forgot. And I should have done my little trick. Okay, hopefully. I hope I cut it off of the same edge. Did I? Yes. Phew. Because again, if it's gonna be having to get trimmed off, you know, I don't think I did. I don't think that one did. But I can trim this one so it's going the right direction, so it bends easiest, you guys. Oh my goodness. Whew. You think I look good in green. Why, thank you. Thank you, my dear. It's probably kind of a bluey green. All right. Okay, I have to concentrate when I'm measuring, you guys. Hey, Capri, how are you? Yeah, 2 days live this week. Oh, Christine says they've been dealing with flu at her house. Well, that's not fun. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see what else. Let me check. I got plenty of time, you guys. Plenty of time. I don't have elf magic. Did I touch? Wait, what? Do you touch elf on the shelf to get your elf magic, or does it take your elf magic away, Kathy? That's what I want to know. You know, I always wanted to do, by the time I ever saw any of those, my kids were too big and nobody wanted to do anything like that. The kids and grandkids, everybody thought that was the most ridiculous thing. And I gotta cut these. Well, you know what, I'm just gonna, well, no, I can't just glue them on. I won't know how much glue to put. It's always something. Be patient with me, people. Be patient. We'll get it done. I promise we'll get it done. It takes it away. I did not know that. I guess I'm not up on all of the elf magic. No idea. I tell you what though, have you guys ever seen, you know, people who they'll do some little scene and post it every day? I've seen some of them like on Instagram or some of them on Facebook, and I mean, they are the most hilarious. I just think it is the funniest, some of the stuff that people will do. And of course, you know, it's the little elves getting themselves into some naughtiness. But, oh, people can be so creative. It's just so much fun to watch. No, don't touch the elf, Susie says. Well, good to know, you guys. Woo, I did not know that. Okay, now when I put this first one on the other one, I'm going to make sure that I match it in case, you know, I get my little, ooh, almost let that sit too long. My glue almost got stopped up. You guys know I don't like my glue stopped up. It can be a showstopper, right? Okay, so we're going to put this here and match it up for this one right here, end to end. There we go. Then just kind of slide it into place. Oh, well, that's a good idea to do for the next one too, right? If we do it for one, we might as well do the other one. Hey, Charlotte, thank you. Charlotte is the Crafty Collie 22, and she's up next following me. So let's see what kind of elfiness she's got for us. Tanya making those little pants for that elf. Oh my goodness. Hey, did you ever think maybe you should just go into business making elf clothes? Wouldn't that be funny? Oh my gosh. So much fun. Okay. I don't want, because I'm going to use, you know, a good amount of glue on these because as they curve, you know, they'll need to hang. Ah! Oh my goodness. They'll need to hang on tight as they curve around because this is going to be our stocking and we're going to make it like a little tube. And I imagine if you had like toilet paper rolls, you could do that. Okay, so see how, let me wipe that off. See how when you put the outside two on, that then the middle one, you can kind of eyeball it and get it into the middle and it works perfect. So if you had 5 things that you wanted to put on, this is how you would do that. I probably got 5 scraps now. Let me show you how you would do 5. Let me cover this up so I don't have a problem here in a second. I'll show you how you do 5. And we're just going to think this is like the whole thing. So you would put one up here. You put the first one on, you know, on one edge. You put the other one where you want it on the other side. And then now you've got 2 that you can look at. And now you can eyeball that and, you know, put that one in the middle. Of course, they would, you know, they'd be stuck down. And now you can take your other 2 and eyeball those and put those in the center. And that is a really easy way without having to measure and measure. Now look at that. Doesn't that look pretty even on there? Excellent job, right? So that's my hint for you today. I always like to give you some little hints for your paper crafting. Okay, so now then let's go ahead and we're going to make our little tube of our stocking. And I'm going to kind of begin by just kind of Gently giving this a little, you don't want to, just bend it so all of a sudden you've got it. You don't want to make a crease in it. You want to give it a gentle roll. So we'll just be real easy as we do that. Oh, Char says she's scrambling to get ready. Kathy says the neighbor boy who's 5 came to her house Monday and asked, "Where's your elf?" Had he seen it there before, Kathy? Tanya was handling her elf and then his clothes didn't fit. Well, there you go. Yeah, so I want to know, does he think everybody has an elf? Do you think that's what the deal is? Yeah, I'm with Jamie. What'd you tell him? Yeah, so, don't do this too quickly, because like I said, you don't want to get a crease. And you can kind of help it by just kind of, like, how you do the ribbon curls? You can kind of do that. Or at the side of the table, I'm going to do that over here. I know you can't see that, I'm sorry. But the edge of my desk has got a curved edge, and I can roll it across there and kind of give it a little help. Well, I tell you what, this is giving me a heck of a time today, you guys. Okay. And the more that you get it to kind of roll gently, the easier it is to get it stuck down and for it to stay and not come apart. So that's why I'm kind of trying to ease it into submission here. You told him the truth and you think it, well, what'd you tell him though? Oh, told him I don't have any little ones, so we don't have an elf. Well, there you go. Well, that was the truth, and it probably was a good answer for him. That's the thing. A lot of times, we worry about what kinds of answers we're going to give kids for things, and sometimes all they need is a very simple answer. A truthful answer, but simple, and it's something that they can understand, right? Okay, so now we're going to do this and have about a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to use 2 kinds of I'm going to use tape and glue, you guys. So actually I want it on this side. I'm going to put some double-sided adhesive right along the edge and give that a good press and pick the liner off. I don't know where this dangerous pokey thing came from. It has such a long poker on it though. But I'm also going to put glue on here because the glue will really help it stay longer, but I'm just going to kind of give it this zigzag thing, because if I give it like this little zigzag, if I give it a little zigzag, it'll let the tape grab, but it'll still give the glue, a place to catch, right? Does that make sense? And I'm just going to kind of do about a 1/2 inch. And then just kind of squeeze that down. I'll get off my glue. And I'm going to grab a couple of little clippies so we can move on here to the next one. I'll grab about 4, so I've got one for our next little stocking. Oh my goodness. I got my keyboard here. Making a mess. Okay, so I'm just going to put that down. And probably if we've got it clipped in a couple of places, it'll be good. I might hold that down a minute. So that glue grabs pretty quick, thank goodness. If I had something heavy and long, I'd stick it in there. You know, here I've got this. Well, no, it won't lay down because the pins are in the way. I think it's gonna work. Okay, let's do this one. Again, we want to be real gentle. Yeah, we hope Charlotte is ready in 20 or 28 minutes, right? Oh my goodness. Yes, that's so true, Kathy. A lot of times, I assume you're not just I don't want to be flippant, but I assume you're talking about other reasons for having a difficult time during the holidays, not just problems getting ready, right? Hey, I'll take some prayers too for that. Oh my goodness. I don't know what my deal is this year. I don't usually struggle so much trying to get my act together. I think it's just because we're so busy around here. You know, I feel like so many of our presenters are empty nesters and, you know, they see their grandkids once in a while. Well, at our house, my daughter and her daughter have moved in, so that gives us 3 generations here. About a year and a half ago, my oldest granddaughter and her son, so that's that generation 3 and 4, moved down here and bought a place, and they live about 15 minutes from us, and we see them often, and you know, they are here. So at any day after school, on any given day, there's no telling what kind of chaos might ensue. Now she does have to wait until she's off work, but she got a job several months ago to where she can work from home after he is off. So sometimes if she's got some errands to run or something, she can go and do those and then come back and, you know, finish her work still at home. And we're just so proud of her. She loves this job, and she was so unhappy where she was. And I mean, this is kind of totally different than what she was doing, but she is doing great. And in fact, we found out yesterday she got a raise. And I mean, it takes effect in the new year. And it was a substantial raise. And so she laughed and she told us, well, that was a lot different than at her other place. They had given her 30 cents an hour. And, you know, this over the course of the year was thousands. And she just couldn't be more excited. And we're excited for her as well. So, okay, there we go. And we'll just do the same thing with this one. Makeup and costume difficulties. You know what, you guys? I don't know. I must have missed the memo. I did not realize that we were doing dress up. So at least I did get a green elf color shirt. I felt accomplished in that. And you know what is so sad is I actually have elf ears somewhere. I don't know where my elf ears. I'm going to have to make a dedicated place for some of my silliness, right? As do we all. Okay, so about 1/2 inch we're going to overlap. And then just get it to grab hold. There, if I press it in the middle, then I can put my clippies on. And then we'll start working on the other part here. And you can also use that red line tape too, but I really think you almost need, you know, a strong tape and some glue. That is just my personal preference for something like that. Okay, so now we're going to make our boot. Wait a second. Yes. Now we need our green color. And now we're going to make our boot top, and it needs to be, let's see, it needs to roll too. This green is a thin enough paper, it's not too bad either way. But I think it rolls better this way. So I'm going to do 2 inches. We need some 2-inch strips. So 2 inches and 2 inches. So this is going to be part of, let me cut it the other way so it makes sense in case you want to do the measurement. So 2 inches that way, and then another 6 3/4 inches this way. So this is going to be the same dimension as the stocking. So 2 inches by 6 3/4. So that's going to be our little stocking. And then we need to make the bottom part of the boot. And this is just going to be kind of flat. We're going to curl up the toe, but this doesn't matter quite so much. And this one is going to be 5.5 by 2.5. So, you know, I think I'm going to take off my 2.5 this direction. Kind of get the most out of my paper. That'll leave like a nice square at the end. I'll still, you know, sometimes when I cut paper, unless I have to make sure that I can like give it a nice turn, sometimes I think about what I'm going to have left. Like now, look, I have a nice square left of that green. Okay, and this is 5.5. And 5.5. And now, as long as I've got the paper trimmer out right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the pointy part for my boot. And what we're going to do is we're going to take, we're going to make a little mark here at 1 1/4 inches. And I always have my ruler upside down. I don't know if I've ever grabbed it and it being turned the right direction to start with. So this is half of this. So it's 2.5. So 1 1/4 is the center. So we're going to do that on both. Make sure, sometimes you get papers that are 2 different colors. You know, there's a lot of companies that have, well, not a lot, but some. And basically you get a different color value on each side. It'll be the same green, but it'll be 2 different color values. And so it's like getting 2 pieces of paper for the same thing, right? Okay, I'm halfway through Bon Jovi. Okay, so now we're just going to place this in the paper trimmer so we can see where the track is. We're going to put this corner down here, make sure that it's still there, just kind of make sure, and I got to get that down there correctly. And now we're just going to slice it down. We're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to go from that corner to the little mark we made. And this is going to be the bottom of our little booty. My booty won't fit there. Okay. I got jokes. Oh my goodness. Who's going to be on the naughty list? Is that who? Is it Shar because she's having trouble with her makeup and costume? Or is it me? Not me. I'm never naughty. Never. All right. So now we got that going on. Alrighty. Now let's set that aside. And, oh my goodness. Oh, I see who's going to be in trouble. Not planning to dress up. I see I see. Well, can you at least put on a good color? Put on a nice elf color. You gotta at least help with that, right? Okay, so now this, we're gonna mark 3 inches in right here. And we want to trim down 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just gonna mark it on here. Actually, let me square it up on this grid, and that'll be much more helpful. So just 3/4 of an inch. And you could probably just go ahead and do that on your paper trimmer if you wanted to. In fact, you wouldn't end up with the ugly pencil mark. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, we could probably turn it around the other way. Well, it'll work. It'll work, people. Okay. Is that the same place? Yes. All of a sudden, I didn't feel like that was in the right spot, you guys. All right, and then I tell you, these grid mats are kind of handy for stuff like this. They really are. Okay. Look, after you take my elf shoe workshop, you might be able to, you know, start doing custom elf booties, right? Who knows? It could be something you didn't even know you were gonna do in life. All right. Let me see. Let's just make a tiny little trim right here. We're just gonna slice right down this little mark that we made. Just right like that. Just the 3/4 of an inch. Same on this one. Now we're giving the little stocking parts, we're giving them a nice amount of time to dry out. Now what we're going to do here is we're just going to kind of gently bend this over. Maybe we could use like a little pencil or something or some other tool. Ooh, that looks dangerous. You guys, I have tools like this. They look like dental tools. I got a set of them at, what is that called? Harbor Freight. And I don't know, we were in there looking for something one day, and I'd never been in there, and I saw these, and I thought, ooh, these were going to be perfect for like using for like weeding vinyl. Like if you've got an electronic cutting machine, like a Silhouette or a Cricut. And sometimes you need, I always need extra tools because, you know, I can set mine under my stuff and then it's missing. Clay ears. Oh my goodness. There you go. She's going to make clay elf ears. I wish I did know where my elf ears were. One time I had that because I was a woodland fairy for some other event that we had that was like something woodland, and so I dressed up as a woodland fairy. It was scary because I had my hair was not fluffy. I don't like my hair not fluffy. It's kind of scary looking. It's not my favorite look for myself. You know, we're all like that. We all judge the way we look and how we think we like look best. and trust me, if you see that video, you will know why I do not think flat hair is my best look. Ever. Never. I never think so. Okay, so just give it a little turn. And see how when you use something and you've kind of got a little help, you're not so apt to get a big crease in it. All right. Fun. All right. So now we're going to take this and let me see here. Now we're going to take this and we're going to take our clippies off. Actually, I can leave the top one still on. And note where your seam is in the back, so you can put the seam on here in the back as well. And then we're just going to put this along here and wrap it around. And I'm going to fix it so the seam is pretty much in the same spot. And that looks good. Okay, I should have put my tape on probably. Let's go ahead and get some tape and glue on here. Just go ahead and, well, I don't want to do that one because who knows, maybe it doesn't even look the same. Maybe it's wrapped the same, maybe it's not. Sometimes if you get ahead of yourself, then your outcome wasn't really what you were planning on, right? Who else is like that? I want all the fluff. I gotta go get my hair cut. It's about time to get a haircut, and I'm like always telling them it has to be long, it has to be short to get a haircut, but I said, you know, I have to have it enough I can fluff it. They always laugh. Don't leave me with hair I can't fluff. Okay, so now we'll wrap it around here, and you can kind of, you know, gauge. It's the same length, so you can kind of gauge it. We might need to make it a little bit smaller, or I mean, move it just a little bit. Oh, and if you, okay, woohoo! All right, let's clippy that. And that is not, this paper was a lot thinner, and it's not, you know what, I want to move that down a little bit. I'm going to move it down a little bit because I want a little bit more of that stocking to show, and that's going to be okay. It'll still work. We still have enough support down here. It's probably about maybe 1/8 of an inch I've bumped it down. But I want a little bit more of that red showing right there. Okay, let's do this one. So this part goes in the front, wrap around. Okay, so I need glue on this side. Glue and tape here, please. Okay. I like having terrible, not terrible as in awful, but terrible. Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm like, that doesn't feel like it's sticking. Oh, that's because it's not. It was the end of the roll, and look what it did. It pulled the paper thing off. Okay. Please hold. Oh, here's some more. Well, that was lucky. I'm going to snip this bit off because who knows how long that's been sitting there. It might be dirty and not hold very well. See, there are good things that come if you don't always clean up everything in your craft space. You could perhaps have the items you need for the next project at the ready. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know if this one's terrible. Yep. Terrible and good. A good, terrible tape. How about that? I don't know. It looks weird though. Look at this, you guys. Look how different this is. It's not even, its liner is like all odd. Uh-oh. What in the world? That is no bueno. I hope everybody comes back because you guys, my feed through where I was watching on my page just stopped. No, okay, I think I'm still good. What in the world? That was weird. Okay, I hope you guys are here with me. Let me know if you're still here or if you had to come back. That is weird. Oh, I have no idea. Did my video just stop for anybody else? It just cut out where I was watching it. Okay, thank you. Weird. Oh, you guys, I almost left that. Oh, please let that not have clogged up. Phew. Crisis averted. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Tanya. All right, and so let's wrap this around this guy. So then you can, and like I said, you can kind of see where you need to put this. You might go back a little bit because as you wrap this around, even though they're the same length, they're going to be a little bit different because it's going to take a little bit more because you've added that thickness of that other paper. So now I'm just going to leave a little bit of that red stocking showing right there. There we go. Give that a little clippy there. Yeah, the thinner paper, it really, you can tell that it has caught way easier. Let me move it so that my seams are even. And if you don't care if your seams are even, that's okay. I'm the only one that will probably know or care if my seams aren't even, right? Okay, now we're going to take this and we are going to set it back here on the back of the booty here. And we're going to put our glue. Whoops. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to move this down a little bit and put a little bit of glue here and then slide it back over so it'll catch because it's like not wanting to stay where I put it. There. That way it'll stay. Okay, now we need to put our glue around this bottom edge. Just, you know, a little bit of glue. Now you're just putting it on this little thin piece, so that is kind of a pain. Oh my goodness. You could probably even just put some glue down and just tap it in, right? It's not very often that you're having to glue the edge of a paper thing. I'm going to wipe it off around the outside edge. And I'm just going to, of course, you know, it's going to dry clear. And I'm going to pull it up here. I'm going to make sure my little pointy part is in the front. And I'm going to pull it up here to where the sides are even with the triangle part on the bottom. And we're just going to stick that there for now and let it set a moment. We're going to do the same here. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here so it will stay. I'm going to smear that out a little bit. There. And I don't have so much. I want to try to make it about the same as the other little stocking. Whoops. Oh my goodness. There we go. And I put that on my... That actually seemed like a better way to do... You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm just going to squeeze some on my finger. And then tap it around. Just tap it on the bottom here. So same thing. Point your little open part here and then pull it up to where it's even with the sides of your little triangle. So you can, whoa, you can just kind of mess around till you find its little sweet spot. Whoops, and I got it, now it's not straight. And I pushed him down there too far. That does not have enough glue, you guys. That did not work that way. Oh, sure. I got the insider secrets, yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I do. But you're very welcome. Thanks for having me, Kathy. This was fun. Like I said, what a fun theme. Oh my goodness. Char's probably just saying that. She's probably just running around and trying to get ready. She probably knows exactly what she's doing. I'm going to wipe that kind of around the outside there. Okay, now while that sits, we got another thing to do here. We're going to take a little bit of gold. I got some gold glittery paper. We're going to make this 1 3/4. And this one, it's going to stay flat, so it doesn't matter. 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. Well, it looks like I can get 2 of those out of there, so that's perfect. And no, sometimes these little pieces are kind of a problem. But you just, you know, lay it down on your thing. Man, that's a terrible glare. I'm so sorry that is like that today. And then we're going to go ahead, and so that it looks like it's a buckle on the little booty thing, we're going to make a little green section. And this part needs to be 1 inch by 1/2 inch. So 1 inch and then 1/2. And this will make it look like it's got, you know, like it's got some kind of strap or something that is through it, but it's like a super easy way to get that look without having to thread anything through anything or whatever. So, and you know what, glitter paper and stuff like that, it is like the perfect way to do things and get some glitter and glam and not have, it's like a controlled glitter, right? Who doesn't like controlled glitter? I love shimmer and shine, but I tell you what, I'm not really a fan of the mess that it can make. And sometimes you can get a mess in an instant, right? Without even really planning on it. So now just center this as best you can. There we go. So there's that buckle. And you guys, you can do these with kind of, you know, Halloween colors and get like a witch's boot. And I've always said, I've done those before, and I've always said that we could do the same thing and do like elf booties, and I never have. So this was a perfect time to do this and give it a whirl. Okay, so now we're just gonna take this. Oh look, I didn't get this guy. Shoot, I didn't get him far enough onto there, but that's okay. You know, you'd have to have something awfully small to fall out. And then just give it a little trim around the edge. Okay. Oh, I did that on both of them. Well, oh my goodness. Well, you know, and if you ended up doing that, you could always kind of patch your shoe, you know, put another little piece of green right here and fix that. I'm going to go ahead and finish up though, so we'll be done. Then maybe I can do that. And so now you're wanting to like curl up your little toe, your little elf toe. What I was doing that other thing. This is a perfect wooden cylindrical thing, but that looks dangerous, I tell you. And so does that other thing. But I got that whole pack of these things. There was something else I got that day. Oh, tweezers. I found a whole pack of all kinds of tweezer things too. Here's a nice little paintbrush. Let's use this. It seems a lot less dangerous, right? So much less dangerous. So just take it and then just kind of give it a nice little curve. And then try to get your next one kind of similarly done. Yeah, I can hardly wait to see what Char's gonna. I can hardly wait to see what everybody does. This has been fun. And so then once this is on here, you can kind of, you know, give this a little bit more of a press. This one's not out as much. And now all you need to do is take the center of your buckle and put. Hey, yeah, Carol, you'll have to come back and see what's going on. Just put this right down the center because you're gluing it to a cylinder. So you only need, you know, that part to stick, and it can rest down here at the bottom. And then just press that on. Let it stay. Do the same with the other. Just a bead of glue down the center. Just let it rest on the bottom. Press it against your little cylinder, and there you go. Now you got little elf booty treat holders. You know, I think I probably could have made these a little bit wider, or, you know, if I bumped it up farther, it probably wouldn't have been a bad deal. But, you know, it is what it is, because that's what I did, right? But there, look at our little treat holders, you guys. Wouldn't those be cute to just put something in for the holidays, you know, or wouldn't they be fun, like for like a school party or something? I think they're cute. I love them. Hey, Sue, thank you. Yeah, Karen thinks. But, you know, and you could give your little toes a little bit more of a point if you wanted to. You could even like really give them a curl. That would be kind of fun. Even a little bit more. Just as much as you want. I mean, they're super cute. But I love this. And it did turn out just like I thought it would, simply by changing the colors that we used. You guys, so many times our projects, you can give new life to an idea just by whatever you've made it out of, right? All we did for this, I mean, you can see how it would be a fun witch's little, you know, booty. On those, I used black. I used black for this, black for the thing, black for this part. And the stockings, I've made them like orange with green stripes, and that was super cute. And I think I did another color of stocking another time. But all you gotta do is just swap up the colors for things, and you've got, you know, a different kind of project. Same project, different, you know. Jamie says she'll take Reese's in hers. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. That sounds like a good idea. Put some the tiny little ones that fit right in there. I mean, you could even do those lint truffles. You know, those balls of those truffles, they're kind of big, and you know, sometimes, and it doesn't take very many. They're kind of pricey though, but you know, they would fit. I'm not even sure those little squares, like the what is it? The chocolate squares. What is it? It starts with a G. No, I just spaced it. Ghirardelli or Ghirardelli. I think it's Ghirardelli. Those squares, I actually think that those would stick down in there too. But, you know, besides little tiny things, you know, and you don't have to spend that much. And this one, I wish, now it's glued on and it's down a little bit farther than I would have liked. But, see, he got, but you still have the little red poking out here, you guys. But thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And again, thanks, Kathy, for having us. And you guys, if you haven't gone over and joined the group yet, you should do that. I'm getting choked up over it. It's so special. It's over in the Love Quality Crafting and Designs group on Facebook. And I know some of you are thinking we are on Facebook, but I'm streaming this to YouTube as well. So we want to invite them to come over if they would like to and be able to watch all of the fun presentations today. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Deborah. You stopped at Lent today. There were 36 pieces for $24. Yeah, you need to find a different place that sells them. We have seen some of those this year, bags of them. We've got a grocery store that's been carrying them, and they have, it's like a employee-owned store, and they are like one of our least expensive places to shop for regular groceries in our area. And they have been carrying some of those and some other places I've seen. But yeah, if you were at the Lent store, oh, no doubt. We used to have one of those that we would stop in at the Mall of America. And yeah, when you bought stuff there, they were pricey if you were buying them at the store, right? Oh, it was at the outlets. Okay. But was it at a Lent store, though, is what you're saying, Karen? You could punch a circle for the bottoms. That's true. Very true. I wonder what size that is. Let me see kind of a size for that. Oh, it's a kind of a weird size. It's a little over 2 inches, and it's not quite 2 1/4. So that would be kind of irritating, right? But if you had something like that, you could go ahead and put something like this on and then trim it off. You know, you could trim the excess off so it would go clear around the little booty part, right? There's always a way to fix something. You know, don't ever be afraid of making something and making a mistake. Just be willing to, you know, go back in and give it a little love and, you know, see what you can do to kind of, you know, fix whatever might have happened. But don't ever be afraid to, you know, give a hand to, you know, toss an idea out there and see what you can do with it, right? That's what all crafters do. You guys, let's go see what Charlotte's doing. And thanks again. Thanks, Kathy, for having us in your group today. You guys, have fun. Have a wonderful holiday if I don't see you. Yes, it's only paper. Karen, that is so true. It's only paper. And if you make a mistake, you've spent a little while messing around with it. And, you know, it's not a problem, right? It wasn't that expensive. And it gave you something to do. And you practiced, right? You probably honed your skills as a crafter in general. You guys, take care. Bye-bye.